Hello everyone! I hope you are all having an amazing Monday. Just wait a sec for everyone to come in. Let me know, of course, if there are any issues with the audio, but we seem to be good. So we will go ahead and get started. So good to see you guys again. Again, if you would like updates on when the streams are happening, the content that's coming up, all of the good stuff, I would definitely recommend joining the Telegram chat. I did update in there when I was going live, so if you would like some live updates, then that would maybe be a great way to get those and also connect to the community. So, hello everybody. By the way, all the links that I always refer to are in the description. The first part of the description is for resources, ways to connect to the community. All of the links you will need are the first little top of the description. And then the rest is all of the other products that I recommend, books, dream herbs, all of that. So definitely very helpful to check out the description, especially if you are looking for ways to connect with the community and I. Hello, 𝒆𝒔, how are you? Addiction Alchemy, what is up? Greg, Eric, in the Lucid Grove. Hell yeah, back at it again. So good to see you guys. Just an update really quick. The next masterclass in the Dreams of Lucid Dreaming series is this Saturday, the 5th. It is Saturday, right? Yes, this Saturday, the 5th, it's Dreams of the Shadow, so we're diving into shadow work, how to connect with your shadow in the lucid dream state, and how to integrate and heal using shadow work. So, very, very excited about that. Kevin, what's up? Aram, how's it going? Well, if you're trying to lucid dream, then you are definitely in the right place, my friend. Today, we're going to be talking about why you're not lucid dreaming instead of ways to be lucid dreaming. I feel like a lot of the time we focus on new techniques that we can use or new herbs that we can try. And even though these are great tools, even when it comes to induction techniques, these are great tools, but sometimes it's nice to go back to basics and figure out what maybe we can change in our practice and implement something that will allow us to have a more consistent lucid dream practice, and not even just lucid dreaming, but dreams in general. And a lot of that comes down to our sleeping cycle, our habits, our mindset about it. And so we'll be definitely covering all of that. Do you guys see me spinning, or can you see me okay? It shows that it's spinning on my end, and I want to make sure that we are good to go before I get into it. All right, looks like it's fixed, so that's great. Telecopter. Could you do a video on how to lucid dream when you have ADD or ADHD? Because it's hard for me to focus on dream journaling, reality checks, or performing mild when you can lose focus or motivation. Totally. So when it comes to your practice, you definitely want to tweak it and fine tune it to something that works for you. You don't have to dream journal like how it says in all of the books that you've read. You know, you can change the techniques that will work for you. When it comes down to motivation, that's definitely one of the keys of having lucid dreams. So you really just need to find what motivates you to have them, your whys on why you want to have a lucid dream. And once you have your first one, that's really enough to really solidify why you want to have those experiences. So I would definitely recommend to committing to one lucid dream and setting a goal to have one lucid dream. And what I find is the motivation kind of kicks in naturally after you have that first experience, and every experience you have, you just go a little bit deeper. Everything just gets a little bit more profound as you continue in this practice. So definitely motivation is something that I feel like will come from your first experience, but that is also definitely one of like the foundational pillars of success with this practice, is what I found, is like enthusiasm and determination is huge, huge, huge. Definitely. I would love to cover that more in a video though. Thank you so much for the recommendation. Hello, Jason. How is it going? How is it going? Zarisha, how are you? Everyone's coming to hang out. All right, guys, at any point, if you see my screen buffering or anything, definitely let me know. Or if you can't hear me at any point, definitely just leave it in the chat as always. But again, today, if anyone is just joining, we're going to be talking about why you're not lucid dreaming instead of the habits to start lucid dreaming, because I feel like it's more important, honestly, to go back to basics and to refine your practice instead of always looking ahead at what more you can add to your practice, because if you add too many different things as well, you're going to get discouraged, you're going to get burnout, and you're going to have these dips where you're super inspired and you're doing all the techniques and then you don't do anything for a while because you got burnout and you just kind of ride this huge wave. So we kind of want to even that out to make this process less work for you, but also something that works efficiently for you, so you're not having to constantly fight your practice, because this should be something that you can kind of learn to integrate into your daily life. Lucid dreaming is a lifestyle. It is not just something that you practice like right before bed. It requires a whole lifestyle of lucidity, and using the practices that you use to get lucid, using those in your personal waking life as well. Once we can kind of marry those two states together, the waking state along with the dream state, it flows a lot more naturally. We're able to have spontaneous experiences easier, but also we are more lucid for our waking life as well, which allows us to experience much more synchronicities, much more magic, and will kind of show us some crazy trippy things that will really show us the connection between our dreams and our waking life when we're paying attention. So part of this practice really, basically the entire practice does require you to have a level of awareness, whether it is with your dreams, whether it's with your habits, whether it's with your reality checks or your mindset. Like, awareness is the name of the game. So we're going to be getting into this a little bit more. Yes, Simon! Yes, I'm so excited. If you can't breathe very deep, that's good, because that shows that your body is not all the way awake. When we are doing a technique, or when we're in sleep paralysis, for example, and we start to breathe more shallow, that is a good sign, because we naturally take in less oxygen when we are asleep. So if you notice changes in your breathing, changes in your temperature, you start to have weird sensations or maybe auditory sounds that you're able to hear, all of that is a sign of kind of shifting your consciousness into this other state outside of waking life. Hope that makes sense. So I don't have a list for this. I'm just going to completely wing this, because there are a lot of things when it comes to this that I think it is good to kind of revisit when it comes to your practice. There are a lot of people saying that they are doing all the techniques, they are going to bed early, they are doing their reality checks, but for some reason they're not getting lucid. And I bet you anything, it's how you're actually doing your practice. It's not about just doing reality checks, it's about how you do them. It's not just about asking yourself the questions if you could be dreaming, it's about how you ask yourself the questions, the time that you take for your reality checks. You know, like, it's even when it comes to writing down your dreams, it's easy to write down your dreams and not analyze them and not work with your dreams. You know, your dream journal is so much more than just writing dreams in there and forgetting about it. Your dream journal is actually one of the keys to helping you get lucid, because of the information that is in your dream journal. So just writing your dreams down, forgetting about it, and, you know, going to bed early, unfortunately, is probably not going to yield great results. So I want to bring it back to the basics and tell you the most common reasons why people aren't actually lucid dreaming. So let's start with the first one, which is really down to enthusiasm and determination. A lot of people are either not passionate enough, they're not motivated enough, or they don't have a reason to really care. Which, why would you be trying so hard to have this experience if there wasn't a strong why there? You know, there obviously is a big why of why you're wanting to have this experience, or else you wouldn't be trying so hard to have this experience. And if you're coming at this practice kind of really hard-headed, angry when you don't have an experience, and just feeling frustrated with yourself and the entire experience in general, you're probably not going to get great results, because one big factor I've noticed that allows me, my clients, my friends to get lucid is your mindset, the way that you see the world, how excited you get to do a technique, to read a book on lucid dreaming, to talk about it with your friends. Like, that playful, curious, open mindset is extremely important when you're doing this practice. So if you are having a really hard time at being positive when it comes to your dream practice, to how you're moving in your dream practice, I definitely recommend going back and revisiting your whys, because your whys are going to be the foundation to your motivation. They're going to help push you farther than you thought that you were able to go in this practice because you have strong whys built. Now, I definitely recommend having more than one why. Again, your why is basically why you want to do this practice. Like, what is the pinnacle meaning that you are kind of giving this idea or experience to your life? Like, why do you want to experience this? What is the most important thing to you about this practice? I recommend having more than one why. I recommend having at least 5, because really when you're having a hard time, when you're really trying to integrate a practice, if you just have one why, sometimes that's not strong enough. Sometimes you'll look at your why and be like, yeah, but still this or this or this. But if you have a whole stack of whys, like, these are my 5 biggest reasons why this practice is important to me and why I want to have these experiences, you're much more likely to have more motivation and energy to do those, opposed to just having like one main reason why you want to have these experiences. So I would definitely take a journal. I would, if you can, journal out an entire page of like the biggest reasons why you want to have a lucid dream, what it means to you to become conscious in your dreams, to have out-of-body experiences, to explore other states of consciousness, to learn more about yourself and your potential and your infinite nature. Like, why is that important to you? There's a million reasons why, right? I'm sure we could all, if we really, really paid attention, we could probably all write a book on it. But you really want to tap in and figure out, why is this so important to me? Like, what is this going to bring to my life or my mind that will kind of serve me in a helpful way? So that's kind of how to create your whys and why you should create your whys. So that's the first thing you should do before you even start this practice, is make sure your enthusiasm and your determination is in check. And if it's not, look at what can motivate you. Look at your biggest motivators and start to create a list, and even hang it up somewhere where you can see it every single day if you want to. Something to re-inspire you. It's like we do anything. Why do you get up in the morning? Like, besides from, oh, I have to, or this or this, if you have that mindset with just having to wake up in the morning, oh, it's because I have to, well, then you're going to notice that you have that same exact mindset in your dream practice. Oh, because I feel like I have to. I don't want to do it. I just feel like I have to do it to have a lucid dream. And that's one kind of keyword you should watch out for, is have to. You get to practice this. You have time to yourself where you can meditate, you can explore other states of consciousness. The fact that this is a possibility, even that this is real, that this is a real scientifically proven thing that you can explore from the comfort of your bed without having to pay anybody anything. You can totally rely on yourself. We have access to the internet that allows us to study infinite topics for infinite amounts of time. Like, you get to do this. This is not a have to. And if you have a have to attitude, you probably have that in other areas of your life as well, because how you do one thing is how you do everything. So if you notice that you're kind of unmotivated in general, or maybe you have a hard time sticking with your habits, then you're going to have a hard time with, implementing the habits that it takes to lucid dream and have out-of-body experiences. You have to look at how you're moving through your entire life, not just this practice, because again, how you do one thing is how you do everything. If you're a have-to kind of person in other areas of your life, you're going to be a have-to kind of person in this dream practice, which is not really going to work so well. Jamal, how is it going? Halo Angel, how are you? So you really have to look at how you're coming at the practice, because a lot of it isn't your habits. A lot of it is the way you think about it. That's a huge portion. Think about it. You're literally, when you're lucid dreaming, you're traveling inside your own mind. What if your mind is preventing you from traveling inside your own mind because of the way you perceive it? Our beliefs are within our subconscious mind, and you're literally traveling into your subconscious mind to have a lucid dream. So imagine if your beliefs weren't in sync with having a lucid dream. Your subconscious could literally block you from having an experience because your own thoughts are blocking you, and it's perspective is everything. There is no solid reality. Reality is just how each of us perceive our experience. So you're not stuck with having to do this practice. You can totally switch around your beliefs, the thoughts. What beliefs do you want to have about lucid dreaming? What beliefs do you want to have about yourself? Like, you can choose your beliefs, which is so awesome. You can rewire your brain. So if you've been like this, Don't beat yourself up about it. That's not going to be productive at all. But just know that you have the power to change your thoughts, to change your habits, to change your actions, to change the results that you're getting in your practice. But it all starts with you first. So definitely, definitely, definitely keep that in mind. Enthusiasm and determination is extremely important. Jason, a member for 6 months. Look at that. Thanks again, Jason, for subscribing and being a member. I appreciate you so much. I'm so excited for all the content that's actually coming out for members, because we have the Haylee's Lucidity School series, and a video just got released the other day on that. So if you are part of the memberships, definitely check out the exclusive series. It's also available to Patreons as well. So it's going to be, if you are wanting exclusive videos that aren't posted on the public channel, dreaming experiences that aren't posted on the public channel, then you want to subscribe for either a tier 2 member on YouTube or a tier 2 Patreon. They pretty much have the same benefits. Perfect. Thank you. Okay, no worries, Jason. I appreciate you. So we covered enthusiasm and determination. Now let's talk about sleep cycle. What time do you wake up and what time do you go to bed? Now, I tend to be a night owl, which a lot of you that talk to me know that, because sometimes I'll like be replying to you at like 3 in the morning. I am also an early bird, a morning person. I don't know how I make both of those work, but I do. I figured out kind of a way that it works for me in my schedule. But also, you want to, whatever your schedule is, you want to create a consistency in it. So I have days where I allow myself to stay up a little later and do work, and there's other days where I go to bed early and I practice my lucid dreaming practice, my out-of-body experience practice. You want to have consistency in your practice. And if you're sleeping less, you're going to have less REM periods. So the more sleep you can get, the better. Even if you have to take a nap midday, do it if you can. If you can sleep in a couple extra hours, if you can go to bed a couple extra hours, I would definitely do that. And there's a couple reasons why this helps with lucid dreaming. Number one, it allows you to go to bed with more awareness. You're more awake. You don't go to bed when you're completely tired. I know a lot of us do, but when it comes to this practice, if you can go to bed with more awareness, if it takes you a little bit longer to fall asleep, you have more time to practice inducing a lucid dream, to practice entering the hypnagogic state, to see if you can be conscious beyond the point of your body falling asleep. This allows you a lot of time to practice if you go to bed a couple hours early. Even if you fall asleep pretty quickly when you go to bed, but you were pretty awake, you're still going to have more awareness that goes into your dream period. So you're going to probably remember more of your dreams if you go to bed early or you sleep in. They're going to be more vivid, and you're going to have more recall when you actually get up to write your dreams down. So creating consistency in your dream practice, again, the more you can sleep, the more you can dream. So that's a great excuse to get a couple extra hours in if you'd like. Since this is what I do for my job, that is literally like, oh, I'm just training right now, or I'm just experimenting with some techniques, and I get to take naps to do that. So, and it's very beneficial. Most of my, not most, but probably a lot of my dreams, my lucid dream experiences, and my out-of-body experiences come from when I take naps, because you're going to a very relaxed state from a conscious awareness. And of course, mind awake, body asleep, that's one of the things that we need for our practice, right? So the more aware you are when you go to sleep, you'll actually have a better chance at inducing some experiences. But aside from that, your sleeping cycle is very important to your dreams. So looking at how you can create health around your sleep would be beneficial. If you want to get like a Fitbit or something, you don't have to, but that also tracks your REM, so you can see when you're going into REM, how long you're staying in REM, the quality of your sleep. If you want to get something like that, definitely not necessary. Once you have a consistent sleep cycle, you know when you're going in REM. So that's one of the huge reasons to have a consistent sleep cycle, is when you go to bed and wake up around the same times, you know exactly when you are going into REM, you know when you're going into deep sleep. You learn the optimal times to wake up in the morning as well, whether it's to do a technique first thing in the morning, or to just wake up with more energy. If you can wake up in REM sleep, your brain waves are actually more active in REM sleep than they are when you're awake. So if you wake up in REM sleep, you're going to actually have a lot more energy throughout the day, and you won't wake up super groggy. If you notice you wake up you wake up really slowly. It takes you a long time to kind of come to it. You're probably waking up in deep sleep, which I don't think that we should disrupt our brain really in deep sleep, as you can tell, because it kind of, the brain wasn't done kind of cleansing and processing all the information through your sleep cycle. So if you literally wake up in deep sleep, you're probably not going to feel very good. It's probably going to take you a long time to get going. So that's another benefit to track your sleep cycle, is that you can track when you're in REM and either use it to have more energy throughout the day, or you can use it for your dream practice. Another huge reason why people aren't lucid dreaming, I'm gonna have to take a drink for this because this is a huge topic in itself. Okay. A huge reason why people aren't lucid dreaming is awareness. Oh my gosh, who would have guessed, right? I get this question all the time. I'm doing my reality checks. I'm doing them when I'm supposed to. I'm doing them consistently, but they're not showing up in my dreams. What am I doing wrong? It must be something with the reality check. The actual check that's causing me not to get lucid. It's how you do it and when you do it. Mostly how you do it. But of course you want to have some consistency in your reality checks, because in order to create something into a habit, think about that for a second. We are so, we're trying to rush reality checks showing up in our dreams, but think about how long it takes to create a habit. It takes like 21 days at least to create a habit of doing something every single day. You've been doing reality checks for a day and you're mad that they didn't show up in your dreams, but you haven't created it as a habit yet. When you first start doing reality checks, yeah, it's going to feel like you're not getting anything in return, but that's because you just started a new practice. It's like buying a guitar and waking up and being mad because you're not a master at it yet. It literally takes consistency, but that doesn't mean just one reality check in a day. If you do something that takes like 1 minute or less, one time a day, how long is that going to be, do you think, to create a habit? And even if that is a little small habit you've created, what are the chances of that one reality check showing up in your dreams? It would, if you do your reality check at the same time and you only did one, you would have to be dreaming of being at that time in order for you to do a reality check. Does that make sense? If you do a reality check first thing in the morning, as soon as you wake up, but that's it, then the only way you're going to get lucid is if you dream about waking up, because that's the time that you usually do your reality check. So this is why you want to cover as much ground throughout the day when it comes to your reality checks, because you never know where you're going to be in your dreams. You never know what time it's going to be. You don't know who you're going to be around, right? And so you want to get in the habit of doing reality checks in all of those situations, by doing reality checks by yourself, doing them in groups of people, doing them in the morning, evening, night, before you go to bed, as you're waking up, maybe out of the shower. Have you ever had a dream that you're in the shower? I don't know. Well, if you did, and you made it a habit to do a reality check in the shower, then if you dreamt of being in the shower, you would get lucid. You see, we have to cover as much ground during our day in order to have the best chances of those showing up within our dreams. So that's consistency. You really need to be consistent with your reality checks. And if they're boring, not everybody likes reality checks. Probably no one likes reality checks. It's not like something just like fun that you like get to do all the time. Like, it is something that's helping you create the mindset that you want to have when you're dreaming. And ultimately, what would be the most helpful is always assuming that this could be a dream, or understanding that this reality is a dream. Imagine if you had that awareness as you move throughout the entire day. This is a dream. And you really embodied that, and you were aware, and you were conscious, and you questioned things naturally when something odd happened. You're going to have the best chances of lucid dreaming, even if you're just a critical person in general, and you observe things and analyze things, and you're very aware. Even if you're not a dreamer, you would be a great lucid dreamer because you have that natural habitual, thinking process. And so if that doesn't come natural to you, obviously we're going to have to create some sort of consistency throughout our day in order to make that stick to our dreams. So what I would do, number one, when it comes to reality checks, choose triggers for your reality checks. Now, there's a couple things that I would do with this. Number one, I would set your alarm throughout the day, maybe like 10 times or something, maybe every other hour, or however you want to do it, honestly. It's totally up to you. But also, aside from just setting your alarm, I would choose triggers that will remind you to do a reality check. every time a dog barks, every time you go to the bathroom and you look at yourself in the mirror, every time you wake up, as soon as you go to bed, when you drink a glass of water, with every meal, anytime you watch an episode of your favorite YouTuber, you'll do a reality check. You just want to choose things that will remind you to do a reality check. Because if you can get in the habit of doing a reality check anytime you walk through a doorway, or anytime a dog barks, or anytime you are in the bathroom in front of the mirror, if you can train yourself, oh, that this means this is time for a reality check, then naturally you're going to do a reality check when you run into those certain situations in your dreams. Now, as you can see, this is the benefit of choosing more than one dream trigger, because if you're only doing a dream trigger, or if you're only doing a reality check when you hear your dog bark, then when you're dreaming and there's no dogs around, you're not going to do a reality check, right? So not only do you want to have it consistently, like every hour or so, your alarm goes off to remind you to do a reality check, but you also want to have things in your environment that trigger you to check. And again, those are a few examples. One of mine is anytime I see myself in the mirror, I will do a reality check. And obviously that's throughout the day, when I'm brushing my teeth, going to the bathroom, getting out of the shower, just like brushing my hair in the mirror. Those are lots of times to do a reality check. So that was one that I found worked for me, was using the bathroom mirror. And plus I've dreamt of looking at myself in the mirror before. I remember talking to my reflection in a dream before. Now, if I had that same dream trigger back then maybe I would have done a reality check in that moment. So you want to choose dream triggers for things that occur consistently in your area. Not so much it will drive you crazy, like if you literally did a reality check anytime a dog barked. At least here that would be crazy, because every single person owns a dog, and I hear dogs barking all the time. So that might be a little much for me, but it might work for you, you know. So you just want to use your environment wherever you are to help remind you to check if you're dreaming. I also have like sticky notes around that say check if you're dreaming. How do you know that you're awake right now? This is your sign to do a reality check. I also have a bracelet that says are you dreaming on it. Like anytime, this is my biggest trigger actually. My dream trigger is the word dream, or dreams, dreaming, anything like that. Anytime I'm watching something and they mention that word, I do a reality check. Now that's probably a great one, especially lately. Like the things I've been watching, I swear, they've like, it's no surprise because of the content I watch, but some stuff that's not even like dreaming related, I've noticed like the past few days especially, it's been mentioning the word dream, or oh, this is like a dream, or am I dream, like everywhere. And so I've been doing reality checks anytime I hear that. So that's one of my biggest dream triggers, so I would definitely recommend implementing that one as well. But now that we've covered like the consistency of your reality checks as far as like the timing, again, if you don't have an iPhone, I think iPhone does not have this app, but Samsung does. So if you have an iPhone, there's an app called, what is it called? Like Lucid Dream Tracker or something? I'll look at it. I think it's like just called Lucid Dreaming or something. The one I want to tell you about is called Awoken. So you can see if it's on iPhone. I don't have an iPhone, so I don't know. But I heard it wasn't on iPhone, but there was one that was like that. But anyways, the app is called Awoken. It is like a purple background with like a weird white design, a white symbol. It almost looks like a Celtic symbol. And basically this app you can put in different times, so it will remind you to check if you're dreaming throughout the day. And it's fun because it's not just alarm going off on your phone. It literally pops up and says, are you dreaming right now? Check if you're dreaming. And in that moment you can do a reality check and just click, okay, I'm not dreaming right now. And you can choose the frequency of, you know, when that alarm goes off. You can also just use your phone too as a regular alarm. But also in the app you can track your dreams, your dream signs, dream themes. You can write your dreams down in there. I think now you can like record your dreams, like voice record them and draw them out too, I think. So yeah, exactly. So if that's something that you think will help you, help motivate you, help keep you accountable, help inspire you, then definitely do that. That's a great app. I still have it downloaded on my phone. So doing at least 10 reality checks throughout the day, and then any time you run into one of your dream triggers, you're going to do a reality check. I would also recommend looking in your dream journal, figuring out what you're dreaming about the most, because those are going to be your dream signs. Those are your biggest signs that you're dreaming. For example, I I always tell you guys, I always dream that I am in a school, a high school, an art class, an elementary. The other day I was in a really weird looking school that looked like a combination between my high school and Hogwarts. And it was like, this is like the typical theme is like it's like the first day of school or something. I have the papers with all the teachers, when I'm supposed to be at the class, my locker, and I can't find any of it. I'm like spending half the day wandering around the halls confused, trying to find my class, going into the wrong classes. Like, that seems to play out in my dreams a lot. So now, obviously, because I dream so much, school, just school, it could be any kind of school, just school. I will do a reality check anytime I pass one, like I'm driving past one. If I ever had to go in one, I would for sure do a reality check. If I, anytime I hear school, anytime I see a school, that's my sign. So I would definitely look through your dream journal and look at the past week of what you've been dreaming about the most. It will change. Sometimes you'll have a dream sign that just sticks, like my school one. I've literally had that for probably as long as I can remember. For sure, since at least after I graduated, that's when I started having school dreams. So maybe it was around there. But a lot of the time, the dream signs will change. So go look through your dream journal the past week or so and look at anything that keeps reoccurring. It could be a person, it could be a conversation, it could be an emotion, it could be an object, a color, a place. Dream sign could be anything. And then train yourself that anytime you think about that in waking life, you see it, you get reminded of it, whatever, you do a reality check. This consistency with this is like the key with reality checks. And again, some people are like, I can't remember. I just forget. I just forget to do my reality checks. I forget. If that is the case, set alarms on your phone and literally write your dream signs on a paper, stick it on your wall and be like, okay, look at yourself in the mirror every morning. Okay, as soon as I see these dream signs today, I'm going to do a reality check. You don't have to do that. Mirror work is great. If that's how you want to use it, I'm sure that it would work. Just looking yourself in the eyes, being very serious, having a very serious conversation. But again, enthusiastic and fun at the same time. Let's not cover the first tip we talked about. But however you want to get yourself to remember to do these checks, that's what you want to do. So consistency and using your environment to remind you to check if you're dreaming. And not limiting yourself to when you do reality checks or where you do reality checks, because again, if you get in the habit of only doing reality checks when you're around people, Erebus, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. If you don't do reality checks around people and you only do them when you're by yourself, guess what? If you ever dream that you're with other people, you're not gonna check if you're dreaming or not. And of course, we can spontaneously get lucid, right? But reality checks help create more opportunities where we can get lucid. And also, if you're, sometimes we can spontaneously get lucid and be like, oh wow, that was weird. This is a dream. Like, sure, totally. But even if something really weird or odd happens in your dream and you haven't trained yourself to be aware of it, you're not gonna care. I promise you. I have dreamt of flying cars that look like spaceships, like talking animals. I have literally been stranded on a pirate ship in the middle of the Caribbean in my dreams before. Lately I've been dreaming of pirate ships. I don't know. I've also been playing a little bit of Sea of Thieves. That could be why. But even before that, I've been dreaming of pirate ships. Don't know. But as you could tell, that's weird. I don't remember the last time I was on a pirate ship. So why didn't I question that? Wasn't that weird enough for me to question? Well, yeah, it was weird, but also I wasn't aware enough to notice it, which is what the whole point of reality checks. It's not even the physical check exactly that's the most important part. It's the consistency of being reminded of your dreams. It's the critical questioning. That's the key. The key is not trying to poke your finger through your palm. I promise you, that is not this, like, the strongest part of the reality check. That is not why we get no. It is the questioning. You can do a reality check without even touching your hands and it would work. You just got to ask yourself the right questions, and you have to actually answer the questions. So when you ask yourself, how do I know that I'm awake right now? Don't just move on to the next question. You have to answer it like an action. And people are like, oh, well, it's hard because I think I'm awake. Exactly. It's hard because you just assume you're awake without actually like looking at your environment and seeing how you know. Like, how do you know? What, because you can see things in your environment, because you can touch things, because you can like walk around? All of that is possible within a lucid dream. And if you were so sure, 100%, that you were awake right now, you'd be getting lucid in every single dream that you have. So don't trust that part of your brain that just says, oh, you're an idiot. Stop trying to ask if you're dreaming or not. That's so silly. We're not dreaming. Because that part of your brain has not been helpful up to this point with getting lucid, let's be honest. So we should not completely put all our eggs in that basket. We should question our surroundings, question our environment, question us. How do you know that you're just not in your dream body right now? Poking your finger through your palm is not going to answer all those questions. You have to ask yourself the questions. That is like the pinnacle of reality checking and awareness, is the critical questions. And the reason why, and I'll tell you the reason why, even though we've talked about it before, but just in case there's anyone here who hasn't been here before, hello, welcome to Monday live stream. Really coming at you guys today. I just think that we need to talk about it. So, when it comes to, what was I talking about? I don't even remember the exact thing I was talking about. But when it comes to, oh yes, I do. Yes, I do. The reason why we get lucid when we ask ourselves questions is because we are activating the prefrontal cortex part of the brain, which is associated with our sense of self and our critical thinking. Sense of self as in, this is my experience, I am playing the role as Haylee, I am in this location, this is my life, this is my paradigm right now, this is my experience. But when we are dreaming, that part of the brain is turned off, which is why we may dream that we're the Queen of Egypt and just be like, oh, cool. Yeah, I've always been the Queen of Egypt. Not even questioning. You know why? Because your sense of self is turned off. Your sense of this reality is turned off. And the way we can activate the prefrontal cortex naturally during the day is asking ourselves questions, getting aware, getting present. What am I doing right now? What was I doing 10 minutes ago? Where am I? Is there anything odd about what I'm experiencing? Do I know who I am with right now? Do I know what's going on? Like, what was I just about to do? Asking yourself these questions is literally just checking in, becoming present again, and activating your sense of self, your prefrontal cortex. And the more we activate things in the waking life as far as habits, mindsets, thoughts, whatever, that becomes a habit, and we carry that into the dream, right? So if you start questioning throughout the day, asking yourself questions, you're going to start dreaming of asking yourself questions. And as long as you have been doing the questions thoroughly and actually answering them, you'll probably do the same in your dreams. But if you just ask yourself the questions, half-ass your reality checks, and then don't put any mind into it, then you can't really be mad that they're not showing up in your dreams. Like I said, how you do one thing is how you do everything. So if you're half-assing your reality checks, then your dream self is half-assing their lucidity. And they're like, what? You taught me this. You taught me how to do this. So be the person you want your dream self to be. That's as simple as I can make it. How you want to be in your dreams, go about your day being like that. You can connect to your dream self out of just lucid dreaming. You can literally write a letter to your dreaming self, which is one of the things that I am talking about with my members, like connecting to that dream version of you that's actually still playing out reality. It's like if you go to sleep, this reality doesn't just disappear because you close your eyes and you go to sleep, right? Same with the dream world, in my opinion. So that person, that dream you, exists and still exists now and is literally in that dream world. There's no way that that dream world is in here. I believe it's a true place that we can tap into, that we just wake up in, but that version of ourselves is still living, experiencing, just like we're still living when we're in bed sleeping. Even though this reality isn't what we're experiencing, it doesn't mean that it's not here, right? So Hello, everyone. How are you? And this is one way, Halo, I'd say, to get out of the matrix. The first step of getting out of the matrix is realizing that you're in it, right? And this practice really helps show you the illusions of this reality and also helps you see through illusions that will help you get lucid. That's why we do physical reality checks. The questioning of a reality check is to activate the prefrontal cortex, to activate your sense of self, your critical thinking, so that can happen in the dream, right? Using your physical environment, using your hands to get lucid is helping you see through the illusion of your reality. So if you assume that you're awake right now, but you go to count your fingers and you literally have 12 fingers or something, the physical check just helped prove the illusion to you. Just in case the questions weren't enough, just in case you couldn't make sense of the questions you were asking yourself in your head, you have the physical check as a backup. So I would not do reality checks without the questioning, because that's what helps you activate that same questioning when you're dreaming. It's literally, you can even research the prefrontal cortex part of the brain and see how it works and why it works and how we can activate this naturally. It's by asking yourself questions. It's by becoming critical. It's about questioning your experience. It's about tapping into your sense of self. Of course, we want our dream self to do that, right? Our dream self hardly seems present in what's going on. They don't seem to ever ask questions. They just go along with what's ever happening. Hey, do you want to go fight some pirates on a pirate ship in the Caribbean? And you're like, sure. Why? Exactly. We don't ask why. If you can start to question even the things that happen throughout your day, even when you pick out a shirt. I just kind of grabbed this. Why did I choose this shirt? Simple question. Just ask yourself. Just practice asking yourself questions, right? Because a lot of the time we operate subconsciously. So, and there was a study done that before you even get out of bed, you've already decided what you're going to wear for the day. Before you even look at your clothes, your brain has already decided what you're going to wear. So we literally live our lives subconsciously. So it's about interrupting that pattern. It's about saying, okay, why did this happen? Why did I choose this? Why did, and you're not being difficult. You're using your brain. You're literally tapping into the experience that's happening now, right? And that is training you for more full lucid experiences when you're dreaming. If you want to be more lucid when you're dreaming, be more lucid when you're awake. And really all that means is being more aware of what's happening. That's really the point to a reality check, is creating a habit of awareness. And again, your brain cannot tell the difference between something you're imagining, something you're dreaming about, or something that's actually happening. So when you are in the dream world, your brain believes that it is awake. It is such a real experience to the brain. It has a very hard time at just accepting that you're dreaming, which is why you have to prove it to yourself. If you can ask yourself questions, the brain's going to be like, oh yeah, we did get ready for bed 10 minutes ago. So how did I end up here? You're going to help prove to your brain that this is a dream. That's why that's what happens when the reality checks seep into the dreams. It's like you're using that to prove to your brain, see, this is not solid. This doesn't make sense. We don't know how we got here, So really, yeah, Rewired is a great one. But reality checks, people see it as a chore because I feel like they're missing the main point of why we do reality checks. And again, the questioning is to activate the sense of self and your critical thinking, so to activate the prefrontal cortex, and the physical checks are to prove to your brain when you are actually dreaming. They're there to help you see through the illusion of your reality, right? Erin, how's it going? How is it going? Erin, I love that. You so are. Oh my gosh. How are you? But that's one of the biggest reasons I feel like people aren't getting lucid is, well, number one, they don't really take it seriously, but number two, they're so focused on the mechanical functions of reality checks that they've totally missed the point. They've totally missed the point with tuning in, asking yourself questions, and not just asking. You have to answer them. I've talked to a few people that are like, I ask myself the questions. I ask myself, how did I get here? Where am I? Like, okay, and how do you answer them? Well, I don't usually answer. I just think about it first. Then how is your dreaming self supposed to know to answer? How you are moving throughout your day is how your dreaming self is going to be in the dream world. It is a reflection of you. We can use our dreaming self to help us look at our unconscious habits, our unconscious patterns, our unconscious behaviors, and use this amazing looking glass that we get to see inside the mind using dreams. We can use all of the knowledge, all of the information from our dreaming self, from our dreams, from our dream environments, and we can use that to create a better version of us in waking life, which again, once we embody a new level of us, once we integrate a new habit, a new skill, a new thought pattern, that naturally shows up in your dreams. So self-improvement really does lead to a healthier experience in your dreams, a more fulfilled experience in your dreams, because you're present. And we should all, again, lucid dreaming is about, it is a lifestyle for sure, because it requires you to integrate certain levels of thinking, certain mindsets, certain practices that not only help you feel more fulfilled and be more fulfilled, but also help you have more fulfilling experiences when you're dreaming. Because if you're really upset about how your dreaming self is acting throughout the dream, maybe they're very unconscious, maybe they didn't pick up on a dream sign that you really, really, really wanted them to pick up on. Well, what can that be reflecting about you? Where have you went unconscious in your practices? Where have you kind of skipped over what you knew it was good for you, right? So there's a lot of some symbolic messages in those experiences as well, not just showing you how you can fine-tune your practice, but what is this teaching me about me, right? So these are really the main reasons why people don't lucid dream. But of course, there's so many to this list, but these are the main ones. So enthusiasm and determination, right? Having a healthy sleeping cycle, maybe trying to get some extra Z's if you can, which increases your chances of dreaming. Let's see, what else did we cover? Your awareness, your ability to actually get present, to question things in your experience. Not using your dream journal and just writing your dreams down and forgetting about it doesn't count. I'm so sorry. It counts as dream journaling, but not dream work. You know what I'm saying? Dream work is to actually do some work within your dreams. It's not just about jotting it down really quick, forgetting about it, and being like, I'm writing my dreams down. I don't know why I'm not getting lucid. Your dream journal is your biggest token for your experiences. It has everything about your subconscious mind in there. It has everything to do with your psyche in there, your habits, your subconscious thoughts, and everything that you want to be able to spark your lucidity naturally in the dream is in that journal. So again, we touched on how to actually start working with your dream journal, what to kind of pick out of your dream journal after, within the last week or so, because obviously the content in our dreams change. But I think we should do a weekly dream review in our dream journal, just to kind of review our dreams, see where we were at, see if we were waking up consistently at any times, seeing if we're having any themes that seem to reoccur, because this is your work. A lot of people say, well, I don't know what else to try next. I've done 3 reality checks today. I went to bed early last night. I wrote my dreams down. Well, what do your dreams say? What do your dreams show you? Oh, didn't know I was supposed to look at my dreams. You want to be conscious of your dreams, but you're not conscious of the dreams you're already having, right? So if we want more conscious awareness in our dreams, it requires us to also create more awareness around the dreams that we're already having. It doesn't just mean that the fun starts once we get lucid. It's a process there, but that's not even the end goal. A lot of people think that's the destination to get to. No, it just unlocks another level of potential for you to work on yourself, for you to work on your dreams, for you to learn more about you. But the entire journey is just as important, if not more important, than having that one lucid experience, right? Let me go through some of the messages. And sometimes a physical reality check won't even work in your dreams, so you have to really hold on to these questions. Yes, the physical reality checks, it's kind of like just a backup to kind of prove to your brain that, no, see, look. See him? This isn't very typical for waking life, huh? Because again, the brain's going to assume that you're dreaming. It's such a real experience to the brain. The brain cannot accept that it's a dream. So you use these questions to really get the brain thinking, oh, yeah, that doesn't make sense. That is a little weird, right? And you have those physical checks to follow up on. You do not want to do your reality checks without the questioning. And play around with it. It doesn't have to be a chore. Can you get in the mindset of your dreaming self? And that's one way to connect with your dreaming self. I believe your dreaming self is an actual part of you that plays out in your waking life as well. So can you tap into that version of you? And it may feel weird. It may be something that you've never done before. But really try tapping in to that awareness. And when you open your eyes, really get in the mindset that this could absolutely be a dream. And what if it was? How would you look at the world? How we look at the world when we get lucid, that's how we need to be looking at the world now when we're awake, to help us create the habit of lucidity, of awareness, of curiosity. We need to implement that now if we want that to seep into our dreams. It's a full circle practice, right? We get incredible information out of our dreams and into this reality, but also we can carry information and new knowledge into our dreams as well. We're literally working with all parts of ourselves here, in the waking state and in the dream state. So connect to that part of yourself. What if I was dreaming right now? And get into the mindset, if you've ever had a lucid dream before, how did you go about the dream? What did you look at? What did you think? How closely did you look at textures and colors? Really start to try to activate that part of yourself when you're doing your reality checks. And if you guys have heard of the Colombo method, it's kind of like, pretty much is a reality check, but for an extended amount of time. You can do it for like 15 minutes. I do it on my walks. Pretty much the entire walk is a reality check. You act as if you were dreaming, and you're basically a detective in your environment. So what I do, and I don't care what people think of me at this point, like maybe before it would have been a little hard for me to do this, but I go outside, I take Juno, and I'm really getting present as if I was in the dream world. And we always talk about how vivid, crisp, clear, beautiful, and colorful our lucid dreams are, and how realistic they are, right? And so what I see outside right now is no different than what I'd experience in my dreams. So what if that was a dream? I go outside and I observe the smell in the air, every sound I can hear. I really try to just tune into all of the different sounds I hear layering in my ears. I look at the colors. I go up to trees and I kind of feel the texture. I'll look at leaves really closely. I'll look at my hands, and you can totally do reality checks as you're moving around this. It's kind of recommended to be a detective of your environment, and this body is really part of this experience. So obviously you want to look at that closely as well, just as you would if you were dreaming. And for me, this is a beautiful mindfulness practice as well. It's not just about getting lucid for me. It's really about getting present in waking life and experiencing the magic that this reality has to offer outside of lucid dreams. We're all trying to get to lucidity in our dreams, but a lot of people don't even know why. A lot of people don't even have a strong why. They don't know why. They don't even feel motivated as well. So what are you trying to get to? And how can you create what you're trying to get to? How can you just create that in the now, which will allow you to get there much quicker, if you know what I'm saying. We want to get to an experience where we're completely aware and we're observing reality kind of from an outsider perspective, and we're tuning into the magic of being lucid in a dream. But what if we could also do that in the waking state? What if that same level of magic and awareness is available to us, which it is, absolutely. But what is that experience of lucid dreaming actually trying to teach you? Not just, oh, that was the best experience ever. I want to have that experience every single day, so I'm going to stay up and do 15 techniques tomorrow. No, it's showing you what is possible to experience in your body, to experience in your mind, the liberation, the excitement, the beauty that you experience when you get lucid. What if that is just pointing you back to ways that you can create more of that in your waking life? Isn't that the point? To create beautiful memories and live a beautiful life and tune into awareness and color and creation. Just take it all in. Like, that version of you that you so desire to get to within your lucid dreams is actually guiding you to how you're supposed to be in waking life, how you're designed to be. It's your birthright to feel that level of beauty, of liberation, of freedom. And that's all lucid dream is showing, is really your untapped potential, your potential not only with what you can experience within the dream state, but what you can bring to your own life as well. And that's why some people will say, you know, like, oh, lucid dreams, they're totally taken away from your real experience here. But how if I'm experiencing my true nature, I'm experiencing my potential, what is actually possible? That no, a lot of people don't even know this is possible, right? We sleep for a third of our lives, which is roughly 33 years spent asleep. What if I just didn't use any of that time? Wouldn't that be more of a waste to my life? To go unconscious and not remember anything in the morning and just go about my day pretending like half my life isn't gone, doing nothing? Like, of course you're getting your sleep, but what if you didn't have to sacrifice that? Like, what if you could get to where you're trying to get to in waking life so much quicker by using the dream state? Even if it's not your desire to lucid dream, to get really good at lucid dreaming and have all these out-of-body experiences, you can still use dream work to create beautiful things in your life. You don't even have to get lucid. There is so much just within your non-lucid dreams that you're having that could create so much beauty in your life. And really, our subconscious is allowing us a window every single night where we can observe our inner self, where we can really look at what we want to improve, what we want to experience more of, how you want to feel. You've all had those dreams, you know, that really beautiful kind of like love story type of dream where it's like you've never seen that person before, but you really feel like you know they're like a reflection of you. You know, those really powerful dreams where it's like you're with that person and it's like that super beautiful familiar energy, and like you don't want to wake up, and if you wake up from the dream you literally spend like an hour trying to get back into the dream. I bet you guys have had that dream. What if that was showing you what you're meant to experience in waking life? What if that same overwhelming feeling of love and joy and happiness was actually possible for you in waking life? Well, it is. So we shouldn't always think that maybe lucid dreaming is the end goal, or that you even have to lucid dream to be into dream work. That's not true either. But I want to show you that like creating these experiences also requires you to make a change in your life as well. Because if we're refusing to change in our waking life, how can we expect our dream self to change? See your dream self as another entity as well, and it's literally learning your habits, how you move throughout the world to maneuver in their world, in the dream world. If you're refusing to change any of your habits, if you can't find enough reason to want to really commit to this practice, your dream self is not going to commit to getting lucid, because that subconscious belief that you have, that is also that dream self's belief. You are the same. There is no difference between the dream world and you, your dream self and you. Your dream self is literally the subconscious version of you. And this practice allows you to see so much deeper into yourself than any other practice would allow you to see, as far as I am concerned. Yes, eating things in the lucid dream is so crazy. I've gone through dry spells where I don't have a lucid dream for months. Right now I'm having 1 to 3 a week. See, Erin? And what changed for you? I know a lot of it was finding your true why of what you wanted to practice. When we try to choose a why, guys, or a goal that we want to do in lucid dream, if we choose something that really doesn't stick, or maybe we were super enthusiastic and passionate about it for a couple days and then it falls off, like, you're not going to feel motivated. You're not going to have the energy to put towards it. It now seems like work instead of something that you're striving to get to. So really looking at your motivation, really looking at what inspires you, really looking at your whys of why this experience is important to you will do so much more than you believe. And also, if you do have a dry spell, maybe that is what is necessary to have a reset. Don't fight it. If you have a dry spell, if you're not remembering your dreams, or you're not having, lucid dreams, and you feel tired, or you feel irritated, or you just don't feel encouraged, take some time. Maybe that's what you need. It would be very hard to be consistent in this practice all while feeling burnt out as well. Those really don't go together very well. So maybe you're meant to have that. we're in an ebb and flow of everything within our lives. In my practices too, I literally have times where I'm super in it and times where I'm not, and times where I kind of shift my focus. That is normal. So don't beat yourself up about not being consistent with your dreams, because maybe that experience is teaching you something. That's another thing. Seeing reality just like you see in your dreams. For example, if you had this crazy experience in your lucid dream and you met this person and this happened, you look at the symbolism behind it. You'd be like, what did that represent? What did that mean to me? Why did this happen? Apply the same thing to waking life as well. So if you have a dry spell, what could this mean? How is this happening for you? Why would this be beneficial for you right now? You know? So seeing the world in the way that you see your dreams. Everything is symbolism. Everything is there to teach you something. Everything is a part of you and you are a part of everything. Carry that mindset, carry that understanding to the waking state as well. And it's going to be a lot easier for you to merge your dreaming self with your waking self as far as your mindset, how you see the world. That's where all the magic lies, is learning to create the experiences you have in your lucid dreams, learning how to create those same experiences and those same emotions in the waking state. Oh, I love that, Greg. Rory, how's it going? I was eating some ice cream last night, not sure if that counts. In the dream? Oh, it for sure counts. Everything in lucid dream is more intense. Try to eat chocolate cake, delicious. See, and that's another beautiful reason to lucid dream. Everything in the lucid dream is amplified, because in waking life right now, my sense of touch is limited to the sensitivity of my human fingertips. Same with my sight. It's limited to how far my physical eyes can see. My taste is limited to my taste buds, right? There's a limit to what the physical body can experience, but in the lucid dream state, we're dreaming everything with our mind. We're eating with our mind, we're touching with our mind, we're hearing with our mind. And so everything is untapped, everything is infinite, everything is amplified times 1,000. I don't even know how to explain it until you've had one, but just know that you're going to have a totally different experience than maybe what you expect. And definitely food. If you run into any food or you're able to manifest food in the lucid dream, highly recommend it. I love chocolate. I love really decadent sweets. I love caramels. I love sugar a lot. And that's a great way for me to indulge in the sweets and the chocolate and all of the things that I want to. Whenever I'm sleeping. You know the coolest part about that? Because the brain can't tell the difference between something you're dreaming about, something you're imagining, or something that's actually happening. When you eat in the dream, your gut will send a signal to your brain saying, hey, I'm full, and you'll actually wake up more full. And people also use this practice to control their sweet tooth. How cool is that? This is the powerful psychological effect it has on the brain. And this is why whatever you do in the lucid dream, you're really carrying that back with you in the waking state. Like, once you fly in the lucid dream, you feel so liberated. You can see from way high up. You feel the drop in your stomach. It's like the most exhilarating experience, and you wake up with that experience. Every single experience that you have in your waking life, in dreams, in your thoughts, is stored inside the subconscious mind. Everything that you experience through your senses is stored inside of the subconscious mind. And when you go into the dream world, for example, it's all everything. You could dream about your childhood home from when you were 4, and it would be perfect. Obviously, there are some dream aspects where things might be, placed around differently, but the mind is so powerful. The ability to retain our experiences the way our brain does is incredible. And the fact that you can go on that exhilarating flying adventure that I was talking about and actually wake up with that same level of exhilaration and excitement, that's powerful. You're literally creating beautiful memories that not a lot of people will be able to create. And I do believe that, like, when we reach our time, like, to cross over, we do have some sort of, like, life review thing, and we literally we go through and see all of our experiences, like really quickly from the moment we were born all the way up until now. And I believe that those dreaming experiences are also going to be there as well. Think about the incredible things you can give to yourself as far as experiences within the lucid dream state. It's a great way to connect with your inner child as well. The way I connect with my inner child in my dreams is, I don't know if you guys have seen the movie What Dreams May Come, but I love the idea of a world like that being just one big oil painting. All the flowers are paintings and you can go up to them and it's just like just a world of color. Every single stroke on every flower was thought out. It's like you can create whatever world that you want to, but that's one I always think about, What Dreams May Come. Great movie. But whatever makes you feel alive, whatever you want to experience, whatever way you want to connect to yourself, your deepest desires, your fantasies, whatever, that can play out in so many ways in the lucid dream. And I love going to the lucid dream and just feeling like a kid again. There's all these animals everywhere. I'm always like in nature somewhere, like running around, whatever. It's just so beautiful and so fun, and I always compare it to Alice in Wonderland because she's so curious. She goes up to all these characters in Wonderland asking all these questions, and that's what I do in my dreams because that's one of my favorite things to do by far in the lucid dream is ask questions. Look closely, really just explore and experiment with what's in the dream world. You know, it just creates such a beautiful connection to yourself as well. So definitely highly recommend. I often predict small events in my dreams. It's always the ones I have right before awakening. That's interesting. See, and that's another benefit of writing your dreams down. You can start to have prophetic dreams. Aren't those so cool? I love going back. I read my dream journals like I'm reading a book, and I'll go back and read my dream journals, and I'm like, it's just so crazy to see what's actually happened from my dreams, but also have a really good laugh. My dream journals are one of my favorite books for sure. I will sit and read my dream journals for an hour or two just like I would a regular book, and it's fun. Yes, healing childhood traumas, that is definitely something that you can do in the dream state. And that's one reason why I'm also talking about shadow work in my masterclass on Saturday. If any of you are interested in joining my masterclass, you can just shoot me an email. My email is down in the description below. Or you can just message me on Telegram, Facebook, Instagram, if you guys are connected to me on any other platforms. But I'm very excited for this class because it is diving into the parts of ourselves that maybe we have denied, we have suppressed, we have disowned, or maybe we didn't even know was there. And learning from those aspects of ourselves. I'll have to share some stories that I've had with nightmares and lucid nightmares, and it's a great time. I honestly love it. I think it's so fun to be challenged in these types of experiences, and as fun as flying is and like, you know, doing whatever in the lucid dream, I love the inner work. I love asking questions. I love challenging myself. I love inducing experiences for me that would have caused fear before, like heights or meeting my nightmare or my shadow, or, you know, it's like I want to feel challenged. I want to feel like I'm using this practice to grow and evolve in my own way. And definitely shadow work and inner child work and working with nightmares is like my favorite when it comes to this experience. And of course, you guys already know I'm all about the reprogramming the brain, physical healing, emotional healing, all about it. All about it. So my Telegram, so that is the group chat for the community. I will get you the link right now. Oh. For some reason it's not on this video. Let me see. Interesting. It wasn't on my live video. Well, one second. It'll be here. Okay. Posting it now. Okay, guys, here is my Telegram group. If you want to connect to the community, we have like a group chat. You can ask questions in there, just chat with everybody in there. We almost have like 70 people in there, which is pretty cool. I'm in there. Of course, I'm in and out because I have work to do, but I will pop in and I will answer questions. I will just chat with you guys. We'll post memes in there, dream stories, whatever. And I also update you guys in there if I'm going to be late for my live, if we're going to reschedule the live, any classes that are coming up. Aside from like members and patrons, you guys are like the first to hear what's going on. So there is the link if you guys decide to join that. And everyone is super active in there. Everyone is super sweet in there. I love the community. So that's kind of a way to connect with us in there. I feel like I'm aware of being awake in my dreams, but I'm still in the dream. So all that really does is go back to your reality checks in waking life. So take more time in your reality checks. You can be more thorough with your reality checks. Try switching it up. Ask yourself new questions. Testing out new physical things in your environment. You kind of flow with this practice, and there, you know, some things will change. Your brain will get really used to asking certain questions once you've trained yourself to ask certain questions with reality checks, and eventually they're not going to stick anymore. You're not going to take them seriously. And so I recommend freshening up your practice anytime that you can. It's just asking new questions, going new places, right? Doing reality checks outside, like going on the walk and doing like the Colombo method like I talked about. Yes, Brian, so excited. Awesome. Guys, this has been so fun. I appreciate you all for showing up. I hope that this was insightful. I hope that it helped you in some way. Again, the next class that we're doing in the Dreams Of series is Dreams of the Shadow. That's going to be on Saturday. There's 11 master classes in this series, and there's a couple ways that you can join these master classes. So number one, you can join the entire series if you want all 11 master classes. It's basically taking you from the very starts to dream work, dream symbolism, dream journaling, dream recall, dream techniques, practices, all the way up to the fun stuff, physical healing, shadow work, like using the dream for manifestation, using quantum physics in your dreams. Like, I'm covering as much as I can in this 11-part series. So you can either join in on the entire series to get all of the master classes, lifetime access, or you can join individual classes, which is super, super cool. And I've definitely posted the list for the master classes in the community tab on my YouTube channel. But if you want to just message me or email me and you want the list so you can see the upcoming classes and the classes that have already passed, but you'd get the recording too, definitely let me know. You can either enroll that way, or my highest Patreon and my highest YouTube membership also get those for free. So you can either join to be a YouTube member, a Patreon, or you can just join in on the entire series or individual classes that way. Again, if you guys have any questions about resources or anything, the first link in my descriptions, it will be a Linktree link, and that's basically all of my resources in one easy spot. Or of course, you can go down the description and my other stuff will be listed there as well. And again, if you guys have any questions on how we can work together, whether it is enrolling in a masterclass, joining an online course, or working with me one-on-one, definitely just shoot me a message if you have any questions, and I would love to chat with you guys. I love you so much. Everyone that showed up, I appreciate you guys so much. So excited for the masterclass coming up. There's one every month on the 5th, so keep that in mind. And I will definitely see you throughout the week. We're going to be diving into some shadow work talk this week to get prepared for the masterclass on Saturday. So stay tuned for that. I love you all so much. Thanks so much for joining today, guys. And as always, I'm sending you endless love and endless lucidity. And I will see you not tomorrow. I will see you next Monday, live anyways, at 5 p.m. Okay. Love you guys, and join the Telegram group if you want updates on videos and live streams. Okay, bye.